Good afternoon, guys. What's going on? It's a Saturday, and we all do what we do. It's football. My first video on free agent. One free agent out there for the New York Football Giants. Okay? And we don't have a lot of money this year. They say we're looking to get close to 40 million if possible. I don't even know if that's possible, but hey, that's not for me. I'll tell you this much. Right? If there's one free agent out there that the Giants should go for, and it's a name that's been brought up by a good friend, and we all know him, and that's Chris Bucco, so I got to give him the credit. And that's Bosman from the Baltimore Ravens. All right? Bosman was drafted by the Ravens as a right guard. He played guard. And I'll be honest with you, one of the stronger guards in the league over the last few years. And then made the move over to center. The man received in 2021 a 100 as a pass blocking offensive lineman. Okay? That's one of the best in the league. The guy moved over to center and did not lose a step. The man played center for the Baltimore Ravens and did it on a high level. Okay? So, he's a top level guard and he is a solid, very solid center. He's going to cost money. He might have priced himself out of Baltimore, and I know that we are strapped for some money. But we might have enough money to go out and get one major free agent. Guys, go take a look at Bosman from the Baltimore Ravens. Okay, I believe he's in his mid-20s. He's in his prime and has a good amount, a lot of years left. The man loves football. He's strong. His blocking is at a top level. He understands the game. He's a leader. And he's now emerged as a center. You can go get this guy. If we could get one major free agent, this is the guy to go after. You bring him in as center for the New York Football Giants. You have yourself a centerpiece, a leader. If you wanted to keep him at guard, it doesn't take you out of the Linderbaum draft stakes. But I don't think the Giants are looking at Linderbaum from what we hear, from what we know, from the needs with the top 2 picks at 5 and 7. So you bring this guy in, I put him at center. Okay? You go to 5. And we all know if Thibodeau's there, the Giants are probably drafting him. But if he's not, and you could get Ekwonu and stick him at tackle, and I would double dip at 7. Of course, you could go with a defensive end or a linebacker. But imagine you could grab Cross at 7. Imagine an offensive line with the garbage we've had for like 6-7 years. Imagine flipping the script in one off season. You put your money on Bosman at center. You draft Ekwonu if he's there at 5. And then you double down on Cross at 7, who's an absolute beast. You got yourself 2 of the biggest monsters in the draft and a big time player who can play guard or center, but you probably would bring him in with the thought of center. And then you allow yourself to still develop Lemieux. Okay? And you can hope that Nick Gates can come back But this time, you're not rushing him back for this season. You could give him all of the next season to rebound and come back for 2023. If he gets back at the middle or the second half of next season, great. You plug him in and out. You work him in slowly. You don't have to give up on Pert either. You continue developing him because that's what you got to do. We didn't have developers here before. Now we have to kind of think the thought that we do. Bosman is not only a big-time offensive lineman, he is a great person. He has great character. The 2021 Best Man of the Year nomination for going out and using his passion in society, helping kids with bullying and helping kids kind of come into their own. He's huge on kids. He does a lot in the communities for the children. Like I said, 2021 nominee from the Baltimore Ravens for Man of the Year award. So that tells you about the guy's character if you had any questions about that. You're getting an all-around great, really great football player here. The guy's a hard-nosed football player, you know? A hog molly, if you will. I know people don't want to use that anymore because it was a gentleman term, but you know what? It's a term. The man's a hog molly. It just says a lot about an offensive lineman. He's solid. He's strong. He can play guard. I'm thinking center for the New York Giants. He played center last year for the Ravens. He had a strong year at center. He never missed a beat. Right? Bradley Bosman, the Baltimore Ravens. He's a free agent, and we might have enough money to go after one big guy, a big shark, and to me that guy's the shark because that's what we need. And you have a center for a long time, and like I said, man, you sit there, tell me out there, all you fans that know that we need an offensive line to turn this around, and all it might take is an offensive line to really turn this around. We'd have to add more over the next year or two in this draft. But if I told you you got Bosman at center as a free agent, you drafted Ekwonu at 5, and then you doubled down and went big time, Cross at 7. Nick Gates has a year to try to get back. He doesn't have to rush back. And you still can develop Lemieux. And you're still developing Pert, who's still a kid. Yeah, and you have Thomas. Imagine that offensive line right there. I know one guy that would be getting wet around the ears, and his name is Daniel Jones. And you really find out this year what Jones has. That's my video. You could go check out highlights on Bosman. You know what? The guy's a quiet beast. You guys understand out there. We went through this last year. We went through this the year before. And a lot of us have spoken about it. Don't fall off the tracks. This is the offseason and the draft to build ourselves one of the stronger offensive lines in the NFL. And we have the capital, and we might just have enough money to go get one big piece to do this. Offensive line. Offensive line. You build the O-line, and wins will come. That's what it takes for the Giants to be a winner again. Wins come sooner if we get a Bosman and put some top picks on O-line. You build this O-line, wins will come sooner than later. Bottom line.